closed out identically, 115 to 113 for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated, Dmitry Bivol.
Bivol gave Canelo a boxing lesson. You want to know why Bivol gave Canelo a boxing lesson? Canelo stopped boxing. Victory defeated Canelo. Canelo felt he could just walk you down, absorb, and then land some big shots on you and break you down. No. After the first round, his forehead was lumped up.
I didn't think, to be fair, I even said I didn't think he was going to blow him out. In my humblest opinion, he did.
117, 111.
Yeah, that's how I had it, 117, 111. Yeah,
17, 111.
I was
like 9-3.
Yeah, I guess I was just surprised that he,
every time I add the 10s and the 9s, it don't add up right.
I was just surprised at the little credit he was getting. The people really were just like, nah, he doesn't have a chance.
Canelo's just so big, Carson. He's the face of boxing, so there's just so much respect on his name that they're like, whoever gets in there with, F him.
Pause. With one victory over the pound-for-pound #1 boxer, Dmitry Bivol was able to showcase his amazing boxing ability, but how did we get here? Let's start from the beginning. After winning his first 6 pro bouts, Dmitry was given the opportunity to fight Felix Videla for the interim WBA title in the 175-pound division. Bivol made easy work of Felix, knocking him down twice to cruise his way to an easy unanimous decision. Bivol continued to dominate the opposition as he defended his interim belt twice versus Robert Barrage and Samuel Clarkson, knocking them both out in the 4th round. There was no one else left for Bivol to fight but the regular WBA champion Nathan Cleverly. Since Dmitry was able to successfully defend his interim title, he was dubbed as the mandatory challenger for Cleverly's belt. But Cleverly dropped the title to Badou Jack, and since Andre Ward had retired shortly after, Badou Jack decided to go chase those titles, which now left the WBA title vacant. Still though, as Bivol was so dominant in his interim title defenses, the WBA just decided to promote him to regular champion anyway. Dmitry continued to climb the ranks as he defended his WBA title 3 times versus Trent Broders, Sullivan Barrera, and Isaac Chilemba. Bivol made quick work of Broders, knocking him out in the very first round. He then went on to viciously knock out Sullivan in the 12th round, and then in front of a sold-out Atlantic City crowd, he dominated Chilemba. In the fight, he landed 35% of his punches, while Chilemba only landed 16%. Bivol was able to gain American coverage as he was able to once again dominate his opponent. This time it was against the durable New York native, Joe Smith Jr. At the Turning Stone Resort Casino in Verona, New York, Dmitry was able to outbox Joe to win a unanimous decision. Bivol showed a terrific jab, defense, and ring IQ as he completely shut down Smith Jr.'s arsenal. This fight surely caught the attention of the American boxing media. Also want to mention around this time, Bivol fought Jean Pascal. He just absolutely obliterated Pascal as well. Right before the Joe Smith Jr. fight, that's when people started to take notice, and that's actually how he got the Smith Jr. fight, because of him beating the crap out of Jean Pascal. Now, if you recognize the pattern in each of these fights, Bivol increasingly gets better. Every fight he gets better. It's something that he works on that in the last fight was a flaw. The next fight, it's not a flaw. It's just crazy to see this. But those that Pascal and Joe Smith Jr. fight were the 2 fights that actually, I would say, got him some type of recognition. Because, you know, Joe Smith Jr. was as tough as nails. Jean Pascal was a well-known name, and he obliterated both of them. Even in the Jean Pascal fight, he had Jean Pascal like mid-fight, like punching his head and doing like all types of crazy stuff. So it's kind of just funny to see how Bivol gets these guys so far out of their element, so far out of the zone, that he completely shut them down and makes them look like they're not even that type of fighter. You know, I remember around the time when he fought Joe Smith Jr., a lot of people were just like asking if Joe Smith Jr. should retire. And at the time, he definitely should not have retired. Like, come on now. One loss to Bivol. I mean, while it was convincing, I don't think he should have retired. But a lot of people were just, they were kind of not giving Bivol that credit, as they weren't sold on him, man. It just kind of baffles me, because a few years later, he gets the Canelo Alvarez fight, and then all of a sudden, everybody's a Bivol fan, and everybody knew he was gonna beat Canelo. It's just crazy. After racking up another 3 title defenses, Dmitry Bivol was able to land the fight of his career, against #1 pound-for-pound boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez. Alvarez was originally set to fight Ilunga Magbu for the WBC Cruiserweight title, but after plans for the fight fell through, Alvarez and his team set their sights on Bivol. Bivol went into the fight as a huge underdog, and rightfully so. He's fighting the #1 pound-for-pound best fighter. This wasn't Canelo's first run in the light heavyweight division. He previously fought future Hall of Famer Sergey Kovalev, went up to his division, and knocked him out to win a belt. Now, many may say Kovalev was on his way to retirement and things like that, but still, it didn't stop the narrative of coming out from the media that Canelo Alvarez can go up to any weight class and beat any champion. So with this Bivol fight, many thought it was no different. Since Bivol had no name, many people thought, hey, this guy's gonna go in here and get beat and knocked out by Canelo Alvarez, just like the great Sergey Kovalev did. The fight starts, and for the first 5 rounds, it was fairly competitive. Alvarez was able to offensively set up and land some good shots, but the footwork and pressure of Bivol shined and won him majority of those rounds. As the fight continued on, Alvarez's gas tank began to fade and Bivol's offense began to turn up. Over the next 5 to 6 rounds, Dmitry Bivol dominated Canelo Alvarez as the whole world watched. He won the fight, leaving many in awe of his versatile skill set. Barely anyone heard of him, yet he was able to defeat the great Saul Alvarez. This was the big marquee win Dmitry Bivol needed. From now on, he will be known as the only man since Floyd Mayweather Jr. to beat Alvarez convincingly. Dmitry is now starting to become a household name in boxing. For his win over Alvarez, he won the 2022 Boxer of the Year, and with his most recent win over Zerto Ramirez, a dominant one of course, many fans are pushing for the title unification between him and current unified light heavyweight champion Artur Beterbiev. That fight would be fairly competitive, but with Bivol's impressive boxing skills, versatility, and dedication to the sport, it makes him a formidable opponent for anyone in the ring. As he continues to improve and build on his already impressive record, it will be exciting to see what the future holds for this talented fighter.